For decades, Japan has been called football's sleeping giant, not because they have won the World Cup, not because they have produced Ballon d'Or winners, but because every 4 years, they remind the world that they are getting closer, closer to the elite, closer to history, and perhaps closer than ever before. This is the story of Japan's road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and why the Samurai Blue might be football's next great surprise. The rise of Japanese football wasn't built overnight. Unlike traditional giants such as Brazil, Argentina, Germany, or Italy, Japan built everything from scratch. In the early 1990s, football was still fighting for attention. Baseball dominated. Football was an afterthought. But then came a revolution. The J-League was launched in 1993, and with it came a national plan. A plan not for 10 years, not for 20 years, but for generations. A plan invested in coaching, infrastructure, youth development, sports science, education. Every step carefully designed, every mistake studied, every lesson remembered. The result? One of the most efficient football systems on earth. Nakata gave Japan confidence. Honda gave Japan swagger. Kagawa gave Japan creativity. But something was always missing. A breakthrough. The quarterfinal. The moment that would change everything. Again and again, Japan came close. And again and again, heartbreak followed. Perhaps no defeat hurt more than Belgium in 2018. Japan led 2-0. The world was stunned. Then came one of the greatest comebacks in World Cup history, and Japan were out. 4 years later, Croatia, penalties, another chance gone, another dream delayed. But hidden inside those defeats was something important. Progress. Japan were no longer happy to participate. They expected to compete. This current generation might be the strongest Japan has ever produced. Kaoru Mitoma, the dribbling genius. Takefusa Kubo, the creative spark. Wataru Endo, the warrior. Tomiyasu, the defender trusted at the highest level. And dozens more playing across Europe's biggest leagues. For the first time in history, Japan aren't sending a few stars abroad. They're exporting entire generations. What makes Japan dangerous isn't individual talent. It's organization, discipline, movement, collective intelligence. They press together, defend together, attack together. Modern football rewards structure, and few teams understand structure better than Japan. The world saw a warning in Qatar. Germany underestimated Japan. They lost. Spain underestimated Japan. They lost. That wasn't luck. That was preparation. Japan have reached a point where beating elite nations is no longer shocking. It's believable. The 2026 World Cup offers something unique. More teams, more opportunities, a longer tournament, a wider path toward history. If Japan gets the right draw, if their stars stay healthy, if momentum arrives at the right moment, the impossible might suddenly become realistic. Can Japan win the World Cup? Probably not. At least not yet. But that may be the wrong question. The real question is, can Japan reach a semifinal? Can Japan become Asia's first true football superpower? Can Japan finally achieve the breakthrough they have spent 30 years building toward? For the first time, The answer might actually be yes. The world sees Japan as underdogs. Japan sees something different. A mission, a dream, a future. And when the 2026 World Cup begins, the Samurai Blue won't just be participating. They'll be hunting history. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, how far will Japan go at the 2026 World Cup? The world still sees Japan as an underdog, but maybe that's their greatest weapon. So tell me, how far will Japan go at the 2026 World Cup? Comment your prediction below and subscribe for more football stories. See you in the next one.